good.
Well, good morning and welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you're all here today. Are you? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, all right. I believe you. I believe you. Let's stand together and celebrate being together this morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Palm Sunday. Did everybody get their bulletin with their palm in it? Yay. I'm so glad. Oh, I need these. I might need these. How's everybody doing? It's so good to be here. Do you love the rain? Are you loving the rain? Oh my gosh, the trees are just, and I did so much planting. Tuesday is my day off, and I did a lot of planting, and Larry did a lot of planting. And you know what? And the front looks perfect, lovely. Thank you so much. It was so good. Anyway, all the little plants that have been planted, they're loving life. I love the rain. It's wonderful. I don't love it like Portland, like that much, but I love the rain we get. It's just delightful. How about you? Are you loving it? Isn't it wonderful? Thank you. Let's pray before we do anything else. Let's just pray in. I know that God is right here, fully present. God is everywhere, fully present. There is no place absent of energy that is God. And so I know the entire universe even as it expands in that energy, which is spirit. So from the farthest galaxy to the innermost cells of our heart, I know that that energy is God. Everywhere we go, everyone we meet, everything we see and feel and express, I know is God. It is all the outpicturing of this one energy that seeks and finds a way to know of itself in form. And we are that. And so is everything else on this planet. In fact, the very planet itself is holy ground. It is the body of God. So I give thanks for all of this good, knowing this unity, knowing this oneness, that there is only one thing happening here. It is the activity of spirit. And it is happening as each and every thing. And so I give great thanks for this. I know this is truth, and I just let it be. And so it is. So it is Women's History Month, and it's my honor to highlight a woman in history. And and first, what I want to say is happy birthday to Michael Powers. I know you're out there. I know you're listening in. Today's Mike's birthday. And the reason why I bring that up also is because this spotlight of women's history, this is for you, Michael, so listen up. There are two women I want to highlight today. Eleanor Raymond is one of them. She was born in 1887, and she was an American architect. She had a professional career spanning some 60 years in the practice, mainly residential housing. She explored the use of innovative materials and building systems. Much of her work was commissioned by women from her social group in Boston and Cambridge. One client called her an architect who combines a respect for tradition with a disrespect for its limitations. So just hold that aside for a moment. I want to talk about the other woman, Maria Telkes. Maria Telkes was born in 1900, and she was a Hungarian-American biophysicist and inventor. And she moved into the United States in 1925 to work as a biophysicist. She became an American citizen in 1937, and she began her work at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology to create practical uses of solar energy. See where I'm going with this? Together, these two women, architect Eleanor Raymond, designed and constructed the world's first modern residence heated entirely by solar energy. And the technology was done by Maria Telkes. The house was built by Eleanor Raymond, and the house was called the Dover Sun House. It was built in 1948. It was the first house totally powered by solar energy. And it was financed by another woman. It was financed by philanthropist Amelia Peabody, who backed the project. There you go. You know a little bit about solar energy and women in history. Yay. So, that can be part of Michael's company as well, right? What else can I tell you here today? There's just so much happening this morning. We have guest packets, right? We have guest packets, and they are for our visitors, and they are for our members. They're for you to give away if you already know what's inside of them. Look, they're right here. Like this. You already know what's inside of them, right? They're for you to give away. They are for you to read, you know, and to invite other people in, because we have a lot going on here, don't we? Don't we? Yeah. We are not that. There's a banner that says Transforming Lives Through Practical Spirituality, but it's not up yet. But it will be. And that's what we do. And we have practitioners and ministers. Thank you, Reverend Jean. We have practitioners and ministers who are here to pray with and for us. That's what they do. That is the calling on their heart. So there was a prayer request form in your bulletin. You found that too. If you have filled it out already, raise your hand so we can come get it. If you haven't, do it, sometime this morning before the end of celebration. These are prayer request forms that we get as practitioners and ministers. We pray on them. If you leave your phone number, we will call you at home. What was I going to say? Oh, we'll pray with you over the phone, or we can leave a prayer on your voicemail, and you can listen to it over and over. I love doing that. I just keep them sometimes because they're so beautiful reminders of the truth. So please do that. Don't leave here without getting prayer support. And for our Vision community online, we have a meet and greet room afterwards. Please go there. We have breakout rooms where you can meet one-on-one with a practitioner as well and get practitioner support. Yes? Who sees a practitioner? Raise your hands. Oh, see, the rest of you need to raise your hands too. We all should be seeing a practitioner. It is just the absolute wonderful way to remind ourselves, right, who and what we are, who we are and whose we are. You should have a practitioner on speed dial. Do we have phone numbers on that? See, we do. We have phone numbers on the list of practitioners. Call a practitioner, tell them, I want you on my speed dial. I want to be able to call you and get prayer whenever, wherever. Do that, because it really is a help. It just keeps us grounded in the truth of who we are. So do that. Now I'm going to get back to this. Now I'm going to talk about this. This is our guest packet. And if you know of someone who would love to change their lives as well as you changing your life, me changing my life, give it to them. It has a lovely greeting on the front we're going to say right now. You ready? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. And now turn to somebody and tell them, welcome to Vision. Hi, how you doing? Let's do lunch. Whatever. Well, isn't it nice, right? Make new friends. I love it. This is wonderful. I'm going to turn it over to you, James. You're going to be singing our celebration singers are going to sing our centering song to prepare us for our 5-minute meditation.
God is breathing me, God is beating my heart, God is breathing me. God is breathing me, God is beating my heart, God is breathing me. God is my breath with every word that I say. God is my life this day. I am breathing God. I am beating God's heart. I am breathing God. I am breathing God. I am beating God's heart. I am breathing God. I am God's breath with every word that I say. I am God's life this day. God is breathing me, God is beating my heart, God is breathing me.
Good morning. My name is Catherine Flanagan, and I'm a licensed spiritual counselor here at Vision. Please take these quotations into your heart as we move into the silence. And I left them down there. Oh, no, here they are. Okay. The first one is from Mark Twain. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. And from Ernest Holmes, if we could return to the pattern, we would be made whole because nothing has ever happened to the pattern, and we are never separated from it in reality. Therefore, all spiritual healing starts with the premise of perfect God, perfect man, and perfect being. while remaining in that perfect space within yourself that is full of peace and stillness, take a deep breath with me, knowing that as we breathe in the essence of God, this essence of the great Creator that is everything and nothing, this great Creator who has created us to express an experience for it as we move through this life. And know with me that we are one with it. And I know that today, as I speak my word, that this service will flow easily, quickly, and very meaningfully to all of us. I know that this following week will be one that will carry us on its highest wave. It will be a wave of happiness and joy and abundance, and that we will be experiencing it as well, all of our associates will. And I know today that this is good. I say thank you for the musicians and all the volunteers that have helped today, for Patti's wonderful talk, and for all of us that are gathered here and digitally, knowing that we are one and knowing that we share the love that flows endlessly and continuously through us. And once again, I say thank you, and if you could join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is.
Everybody needs a ray of sunshine or two on a day like this. Considering the state of the world, this might as well be Facepalm Sunday. So please welcome Ria Carey.
By the way, in honor of Women's Month, I just want to say that the strength of my coffee and the strength of my hairspray gives me the strength to be the woman I am. This is how you are, Vision. You are there for everybody, no matter how diverse and wonderful this room is. I love you. Ramblers in the wilderness, we can't find what we need. We get a little restless from the searching, get a little worn down in between. Like a bull chasing the matador is a man left to his own schemes. Everybody needs someone beside him, shining like a lighthouse from the sea. Brother, let me be your shelter, never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Sister, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light your way, bring you home. Face down in the desert now, there's a cage locked round my heart. I found a way to drop the keys where my failures were. Now my hands can't reach that far. I ain't made for rivalry, I could never take the world alone. I know that in my weakness I am strong, but it's your love that brings me home. Go, Moody. Brother, let me be your shelter, never leave you all can be the one you call when you're feeling low. Sister, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light your way, bring you home. Be the one to light your way, bring you home. Jim Moody.
Oh, here we are. Welcome to Palm Sunday. Woohoo! Woohoo! You know, our theme for the month is That's How We've Never Done It. Right? I'm still wrestling with that one, and the month is almost over. And today's talk is Start Up. Start Up. Right? I imagine if we're going to do something we've never done before, right? That's the theme. That's how we've never done it. If we're thinking of doing something we've never done before, we have to start. Make sense? We have to start somewhere. We have to start. We have to start up. Now, Palm Sunday story is about that very thing, isn't it? It's the remembrance of Jesus' entrance into Jerusalem as a startup. Right? As Jewish religious pilgrims did every year, right, to celebrate Passover. They came into Jerusalem. Well, Jesus was coming, but he was going to start up something else. And it's an important story, not because it happened, because did it happen? Did it not happen? It's ancient scripture. Who knows, right? I mean, we always question that. But the story is very, very important to us. It's important to us because it's about us, right? This is the story of the evolution of humanity, really. So this is the start of Holy Week. Just like Jesus started something up when he walked into Jerusalem, we start things up in our lives, don't we? All the time. We're forever starting something up. So what do we need when we're going to start something new? What do we need when we're starting up? We need consciousness, first of all, right? That's the big thing, because that's what we say. Everything begins in consciousness. Everything begins in consciousness. So we need to start there. We start with that desire. We start by expanding our consciousness to include those things that previously were outside of our experience. Remember last week we talked about the whole sphere of acceptance, right? The sphere of availability. And the stuff that we desire a lot of times lie outside of that sphere that we live in. So what do we have to do? We have to expand our consciousness. When we expand our consciousness, we take in those things that were previously outside, and then we can experience them. So the first thing when we're attempting to do something new is we start in consciousness. We start by making it real in our own minds. The second thing we need is time, right? Time in the now, and of course time in the future to prepare properly to welcome in this new thing that we are creating. The other thing we need are tools, spiritual tools. We talk about that a lot. Spiritual tools, you got your spiritual tool belt on, everybody? We need those spiritual tools like meditation and affirmation and intention and visioning and visualization and all of those things that prepare us mentally and physically for this new undertaking. And then we need space. We need space. We need a place for this new startup to then manifest, right? It's gotta happen in the physical world somewhere, somehow. So we need space. We need to expand in our lives in order to accommodate this new thing we're about to be or become or make or demonstrate. So say you have all those things, right? You got it all together. You've expanded your consciousness. You accommodate this big, gigantic, audacious, crazy intention that you set for yourself. You have time in your schedule to devote to creating it. You've gathered together all the spiritual tools you'll need in order to prepare yourself and everything else. You've gotten the support, maybe from within yourself or from others, when things are going well and when things are getting a little bumpy and challenging. And you've made space in your environment to welcome in the things or the people that you're going to need to create this new thing, this new intention that you're setting for yourself, right? It's just what Jesus did on his way into Jerusalem, right? He gathered the people around him. He did the things that he needed to do. He sent people out and got stuff together. You know, they had to go down the road, get the little colt. I mean, they did all of those things that they needed to do to get ready. This is your choice point. I'm going to start something new. I'm going to start up, maybe. Right? Do you get that sometimes? You get that like, oh, maybe, I don't know. This is our choice point. This is the point at which we go, yeah, but it's safe here. Everybody knows me here, you know. This is a good place to be. This is in my little bubble, you know. And I'm. It's like Cheers, right? You know, everybody knows your name here. So starting this new thing is kind of scary. Well, and that's what Jesus was at the entrance to the city, right? You know, did he know what was going to befall him? Did he know what the future, you know, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But Ernest Holmes said, we cannot live a choiceless life. Every day, every moment, every second, there is a choice. And if it were not so, we would not be individuals. So we all stand at that precipice, don't we? Every time we make a new decision, every time we decide to start up, right? And when Jesus stood near the city and he overlooked the city, he wept over it. Right? He recognized, well, that's what it says in the story anyway, he recognized the unforeseen things to come, including its destruction at the hands of Caesar. He looked intently in the city, and he said, if you, even you, had only recognized on this day the things that make for peace, but now they are hidden from your eyes. Right? He got that. He got that this pattern was greater than he was. And he made the choice, and he walked into the city. And we know how that turned out. Well, like Jesus started his journey into the city, we must start as well. And fully commit, just like that. Fully commit. Just start. Right? Start that new project. Write that new book. Just start. Because here's the thing, you're never going to be ready. Okay, am I right? Right? You're never going to be ready. If you wait for everything to be perfect, for all your ducks to be in a row, ducks don't get in rows, by the way, just to let you know. Ducks do not get in rows. So if you're waiting for that to happen, if you're waiting for everything to be ready, if you're waiting until you have everything together, you're never going to do it. You have to start now. You'll never be ready if you're not going to just jump in and do it. You will always be a beginner. At the start of anything you do, you will always be a beginner. You'll always stink at something, right? The first time you do it. It's just a given, you know? You will always create your ugly first draft. It's just the way it is. You will always be worse at something than somebody else who's been doing it for years, right? We all want to start painting, but we all want to be Van Gogh. You know, or we all want to start playing like Mozart, you know. We have to start right where we are. You just have to jump on that start train and just do it, and do it really badly. You know, just assume you're going to do it. I took curling lessons. I love curling. I'm just one of those nerds. I just love watching it in the Olympics all the time. I love curling. I love curling, a little sweeping. So Larry, for a birthday gift, gave me curling lessons, and I went up there and I took curling lessons, and it was fabulous, but I spent most of my time on my butt, you know. It's one of those things. But it was fabulous, you know. It's just like you've got to just jump on and just start and do it poorly, okay? You're going to do it poorly and remember to learn from the experts. Right? Look to the experts. Those people that are doing it successfully and wonderfully. Look to them for inspiration. You know, here's the thing, practice does not make perfect. We were told that, right? Practice makes perfect. Practice makes permanent. Right? So if you're doing it wrong, you're going to do it wrong greatly. You want to learn from the experts who are really, really doing it very, very well. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, we must believe. We must learn how to believe. We should treat ourselves, and that's what he meant, affirmative prayer, right? That's what he meant when he said treat ourselves. We must treat ourselves until we believe. No one ever started at the top. Let us be happy to begin right where we are and to grow. right? So that's what we need to do. We need to just jump in, just start. Just start and use others, use those experts, use them as inspiration, not imitation. Right? Use them as inspiration, not imitation. I remember when I first went into a ministerial school, Reverend Dr. Kathy Hearn, she was my first religious science minister in this field. People, you remember, some people know her from, I wanted to be Kathy Hearn. Right? It was like, oh, she was tall and she was slender and she was elegant and she always had the right words to say, and here's me, I'm like short and chubby and I've got all the right words, but they're all expletives, So really what happens is you come to it and you find your own way. You come to it and you find your own authenticity, right? You don't want to be a copy of somebody else. You want to be the authentic self expressing. What was it? Oscar Wilde said, right? He said, be yourself, everyone else is taken. Be yourself. When you start something, you have those cheerleaders around you, don't you? Yay, you think you'll be great, this will be wonderful, it'll be fabulous, you got this. And then you have those other people. The naysayers, the people like, what are you thinking? Are you out of your mind? You can't do this, you're too old, or you're too short, or you're too whatever, right? I mean, they will be there as well. Well, ignore them. Ignore them. Some people will not like what you are doing. Some people will not like what you are starting. The hell with them. You just got to do what you do. Some people will not like you. Just that, right? It happens. I know, it's weird, isn't it, right? Oh, well. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Did you know that? There are some people that are just like, no. It's going to happen. Just do it anyway. Just do your truth. Just do it. Just walk through that intention. Just do it, right? And in Matthew it said, when Jesus went into the temple, right, drove out all of those who bought and sold at the temple, overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold the doves. He made a wreck of the place. He really did. He was mad, angry. I'll just leave it at that. And he was not very well received there, was he? People were very upset by what he did. They did not like him for doing what he did. Just like when we undertake something new, people are not going to like what we have started. Start anyway, right? We can handle whatever the feedback is, while we are being guided and directed by Spirit, right? When we have this calling, when we have this divine urge, we know it is from Spirit. We are being guided and directed, right? We can handle anything. We can handle the criticism. We can handle the naysayers. We can handle the people that say we have no talent or whatever, right? Because we're being guided and directed by Spirit, by this one truth. And I'm going to tell you something. Spirit is never wrong. All right? Can we say that together? Spirit is never wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. Spirit is never wrong. And we will never be misled by answering Spirit's call. You will never follow Spirit and have it wind up a mess. That just won't happen. Now, it may take you places you didn't think you'd go. It may take you places where you're like, what the heck is going on here? What is this all about? It may surprise you, but it will never take you into a mess. It'll never steer you wrong. Now, you can ignore Spirit's call, and it winds up a mess. I've had that happen several times. Have you? Anybody? Not listen to your higher self, and you go into a ditch someplace. It happens. You can ignore it. But when you follow that inspiration, when you follow that grand and glorious intention that Spirit downloaded into you to begin with, you can never go wrong. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, there's one mind that knows everything, and in that mind, it knows us. Therefore, when we accept its guidance and we are compelled to choose rightly and act upon our choice to acquire those things we have need of, right? You are supplied. When you undertake this grand and glorious intention, when you start up something, you are provided with whatever you need for a successful completion. Spirit is forever placing us on the path. It's forever placing us on the path. And we can follow it, or we can just go hither and yon and go into the ditch, right? Or wind up wherever we go. I would suggest just stick with Spirit's pattern, right? Just stick with it. Just go with that higher thought, that higher calling, because I think it's easy to lose faith in the long view, right? When you set this great and glorious intention and you start doing it and you're listening and it's like, okay, well, where is it? We start getting a little, it's not happening yet. Well, where is it? Well, how come I haven't seen any movement? How come I don't have, millions of dollars in the bank? Why isn't this happening? We can lose faith if it doesn't happen according to our timeline and we don't realize that it's really God's timeline, right? It's easy to lose faith in the long run. Things don't work out the way you think they ought to, or it's taken way too long for something to happen. We start to doubt. We can. I know. Anybody doubt? Anybody? I'm not the only one, right? Things don't go as we think they do. Well, and it's at that point where we can double down, or we can say, well, I guess that's not God's plan for me. Did you ever hear people say that? Maybe God has something different in mind for me. You always wanted to be a veterinarian, but God made you an accountant, Ernest Holmes said, our divine nature never deserts us. Like the prodigal son, we may wander into far countries of despair, but the divinity within us ever gently urges us back to the center of our true being. It ever reminds us of its presence. If we permit it, the spiritual self will direct every decision with intelligence and make perfect the way before us. Right? This is faith. This is surrendering to that place within us that is universal intelligence. Universal intelligence. Right? And I'm here to tell you that Spirit does not want something for you you don't want for yourself. Right? What does the universe say? What do we say the universe says all the time? The universe says yes. Say that. The universe says yes. The universe says yes all the time. All the time. We can try something. We can set an intention. We can run up against maybe a barrier or a challenge or something and go, oh, well, guess that's not for me. Or we can find a way through it, around it, under it, over it, whatever, right? You don't try something just like once or twice, like, oh, well, give up. That's it. It's not for me. It's not in the cards. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Right? It's like going to the gym once and working out with the weights and going, oh, I guess muscles aren't for me. Oh, well, and then just never going back, right? It's easy to lose faith, but here's where we double down on it, right? When there is a challenge, when things don't seem like they're coming together, when things look like they're getting harder to do or they're taking longer than we thought they should, right? That's our choice. It's our choice to abandon them or to double down on them right there, right? We can do this. We're always at choice, just like the Palm Sunday story, right? Jesus stood at the gates and was like, yep, I'm going in, fully committed, right? Fully committed. And that's what we do. We double down on that commitment we made to manifest that intention we set for ourselves. Lean into our strengths. It's one of the ways we do it. We lean into our strengths. A lot of times when we're taking on something new, it's not about what we cannot do, but it's about what we can do at first. What kinds of things having to do with that intention can we do? We can do some of it really, really well, I'm sure, already. It's about what we do well. That comes naturally to us. What we're good at, that comes naturally to us. And then those other skills will come into play as we continue down that road, continue down that commitment. Those other skills will be acquired by us when we need them, because this was your divine calling, because this was spiritual download into you to do what that thing is that you're doing. Ernest Holmes said this. He said, if we believe that God is substance, then we believe that substance, which is God, manifests to us daily as supply. What if that supply is what we call a house, a car, a suit of clothes, money to which to pay the rent or whatnot? Substance is one end, supply is the other. Substance is cause, supply is the effect. And we are so constituted that each one of us has direct access to limitless substance, therefore may become a channel for infinite supply. Do you see how that works? When we are convinced that God is substance and God is cause, and that we are in alignment with that manifests as supply. But we have to start. We have to start that process rolling. We have to do that. Even if you feel like you're not good enough or smart enough or young enough, or who's not enough? Like, yeah, who has a not enoughness, right? You're not prepared. You're not what? Yell it out. Not educated enough, or not good enough, not something enough, not educated enough, not no initials after your name, or whatever it is, right? We all have a version of not enoughness, right? And we can let that stop us from this big, gigantic intention we set for ourselves. We feel too scared, or too old, or too short, too stuck. Maybe, I can't change now. I mean, gee, I lived 2/3 of my life. Who cares? Do it anyway. Start anyway. It's like, well, yeah, but, oh my God, it's going to take me 5 years to manifest this. Well, where you going to be in 5 years anyway? Where are you going to be? You're still going to be there in 5 years, right? Start anyway. Grab up whatever faith you have and start. And if you feel unprepared, or you feel alone, or you feel unequipped, if you feel like you can't do it anyway, right? Do it anyway, just like Jesus walked into Jerusalem, maybe knowing what was to come, maybe not, I don't know, but committed to his path, committed to the path. We have to believe. We have to commit to our path. We have to follow our path and never doubt, not for a minute. We start from where we are, in faith, in trust, in truth. Just start. It's Spirit's call for you to do what is in front of you to do. Do it. I want to end with this quote from Ernest Holmes, because I love it. If you read nothing else in the Science of Mind textbook, I want you to just read this one. I want you to commit it to memory, put it up on the mirror in your bathroom. It's on page 282. I think it continues over to 283. And Ernest Holmes said, stay with the one and never deviate from it. Never leave it for a moment. Nothing else can equal this attitude. To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that we do not know the truth. When things look their worst, that is the supreme moment to demonstrate to ourselves that there are no obstructions to the operation of truth. When things look the worst is the best time to work, the most satisfying time. The person who can throw him or herself with complete abandon into the limitless sea of receptivity, having cut loose all apparent moorings, is the one who will always receive the greatest reward. What a fabulous quote that is. I love it. I just say it to myself a lot. Pin it up on my dashboard. Just start. Just start. Spirit will do the rest. Spirit will do through you the rest of the work. Thank you.
Patti, I will take your short, curvy expletives anytime. My dad was quite a character. he used to sit in the very, very back of the church. And I asked him one time when I went home, I'm like, why can't we go forward? And he goes, because when they say, go in peace and love and serve the Lord, I want to be the first one out the door. But he also, one time when I was home, we were watching the news. This was just before he passed, and the words diversity and acceptance were coming out. And my dad was sitting there one day, and he walked away, and I go, what are you doing? He goes, I don't know what all this diversity thing is. He goes, we used to just call it our neighborhood. And that's the truth. It should just be our neighborhood. We have an election coming up, and I chose this song in part because of what's happening to diverse neighborhoods, our neighborhoods. And to you two young ones right here, you're going to come up against a lot of stupidity, but your little generation, you guys are the ones who are going to make the change. So this is for you. They're like, oh my God, she picked us out. I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away. They say we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away. They say no one will love you as you are, but I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am whom I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here we come. And I'm marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets hits my skin. Well, fire away. Today I won't let the shame sink in. We are busting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. We are warriors. Yeah, that's what we've become. I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us. For we are glorious. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised. This is who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here we come. And I'm marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. And I know I deserve you. When the sharpest words want to cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood, gonna drown them out. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who we're meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here we come. And I'm marching to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Whenever the words are gonna cut me down, I'll send a flood to drown them out. Whenever the words wanna cut me down, I'll send a flood to drown. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody, this is me. I pulled out all the stops for that one. We got the Visionaires, the band, yeah.
you. Holy moly. Do we do music here or what? Holy moly. Thank you so much, Ria. Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you. Thank you, Celebration Singers. I just love you, Ed. Oh, so much. Anyway, where am I? I get all excited. We are going to do our conscious circulation now. That's it. That's what we're doing. This is our opportunity to give back. If you are giving in the room, we love that. Put your gift in your hand and we'll pray on it. And if you are at home and you give online, or if you're in the room and give online, just remember it. I want you to remember, I consciously support this place that feeds me spiritual nourishment. So it is a conscious decision. I love that because that's what just multiplies. It just multiplies in your life when you're consciously giving and receiving. You stay in that flow. It just works. So let us pray. I give great thanks for the abundance that we are in, knowing that God is abundance. It is a quality of God, like love and joy and wholeness and peace. Abundance is a quality of God as well. It flows into our experience, and then we pass it on. We stay in that cycle of eternal return. We know that we could never outgive God. God is the givingness of love to itself, and we are that. We are that. We are the creation of spirit. We are the activity of spirit, and we are that embodiment of all of the qualities of God. So they flow through us and as us into the world. We stand open-hearted and open-handed, and we receive gratefully, and we give graciously, and we remain in the flow always. God is good always, and so it is. Some demonstrations of answered prayer. Then we're going to share these miracles. I just love the Miracle Minute. Do you love the Miracle Minute? Oh, it's so good. It's so inspiring. It teaches us and reinforces in us the idea that we have to go back to our meditation cushion, right? Just to go back there, not expecting anything, just being in that loving energy of spirit. So here's one. This is a year-long journey that I will mercifully condense to a couple of sentences. A year ago, following classic treat and move your feet method, I started a brand new career at a place I love. I moved into a great new apartment. And I go to the gym on a regular basis now, and I feel better than I have in a long while. I'm manifesting prosperity as well. That is the power of affirmative prayer. Prayer changes things, and that is from Adrian, from our sound group. Thank you so much. It is just glorious. I love it. And so here's another one. A little over a year ago, I started experiencing headaches and swelling in my eye. By September, I was diagnosed with a fairly large brain tumor in my frontal lobe, and that incorporated the soft bone behind the eye that would require surgical removal. And she put this information, so it was public, it was put on Facebook, and John reached out, thank you, John Kirko, I love you, reached out and said, can we put you on the prayer list? And she said, yes. And she said, since my surgery 3 weeks ago, it seems that every bit of news is beyond belief of what could be expected. I've experienced absolutely zero effects in my vision, cognitive, or neurological functioning. The tumor is benign, and I will make a full and swift recovery. Yes, coming out of this with excellent health is a miracle, one I will never take for granted again. And additional blessings have also come, and she's bursting at the seams. She was grappling with the worsening diagnosis and feeling very alone, right? And not, who to tell, who not to tell, and not want to worry, people. And so she felt like she was in this like purgatory place, right? What to do, where to go, what to think as she was waiting. And then she said after months of that self-induced torture, she eventually released expectations. She had no control over the outcome, and so if she lost her ability to think or if she lost her vision, it was just an experience she was going to have, and she would embrace it for the gifts it could bring. The overwhelming sense of peace that came from truly letting go was indescribable. But she goes on to say, but when we are broken, the cracks are there that allow others to pour in their love. And I think that's just gorgeous. Friends, family, colleagues, neighbors set up so many ways to hold her and to ensure her emotional, spiritual, financial, and physical well-being. She connected with friends she hadn't spoken to in years, and her sister flew in, her mom and her aunt came in to take care of her, and she borrowed her mom's compassion, her aunt's patience and grace. And the vitamins that she's taking are allowing her hair to grow back fuller and stronger. The reconstruction surgeon went above and beyond. She said she got a bit of a lift. She feels radiant and beautiful. I love that. I love that, a little bit of a lift, and it's just wonderful. Not only did I receive the miracle of health, but through the process, I was brought the blessings of peace, connection, love, strength, abundance, and beauty. I am profoundly blessed. Thank you, Janera. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. What a wonderful and inspiring miracle minute. I just love it. Okay, just breathe that in. Wow. With God, all things are possible. And now it is time for the last word by John Kirko.
Yeah, the band has rocked today. You guys are really good. Thank you, Jim. Hello, everybody online. We're continuing our meet and greet. Join us. We have practitioners available for one-on-one prayer. We welcome you, everybody across the country, the world. I saw a few people online today, too. We don't know where they're coming from. So thank you for being there, and welcome. For those of us in the room here this week, we have movie night. We are showing the movie Waitress, the musical. So it's not the musical that's up here. It's the movie, the musical. So if you're thinking the play's going on, you're going to be deeply disappointed on Wednesday night. 7 p.m., we're showing that movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. Happy birthday, Brian Derbyshire, while I'm up here. Happy birthday to you, too. On Thursday night, we have Folky Monkey, which is Peter Boland and Joe Rathburn, and doing the music of Bob Dylan. So that's going to be good, 7 p.m. right here in the room. We've got Cafe V all set up, all kinds of really fun stuff set up. Reverend Patti is starting up There's No Place Like Home's home group, right, Reverend Patti? You want to talk about it at all?
Sure, why not? Let's talk about it. You know, we have the good fortune to have Nan Agristi here. She is a practitioner, a licensed practitioner here at Vision, and she has been working for over 21 years in the archives of religious science, and she has been converting all of the paper lessons and lectures and Sunday talks that Ernest Holmes gave since like 1918. She's been converting them digitally to make them electronically available. And I know, it's just a life's work. What a legacy. And so we're going to be going into those lectures and Sunday talks and lessons, going all the way back, or at least starting from like 1918, just to take a deeper dive into the philosophy that is Ernest Holmes and the science of mind and spirit, and maybe find things you've never read before. You know, in religious science churches around the world, they have the Science of Mind textbook, they have Living the Science of Mind, they have creative mind and success, and this thing called life, and this thing called you, about 7 or 8 books, and that's all you ever see, and that's all you ever think he ever wrote. And he wrote, like I said, she's worked for 21 years putting it into the computer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just take a deep dive into all the things about Ernest Holmes that he read and he spoke and he taught that you've never heard before. It'll be a wonderful journey for us. Please join me.
Very good.
Thank you.
That's Wednesdays from 11 to 12, and it's online as well as in the space here. So I also want to recognize Nan, and I don't know where she is right now, but she said to us that yesterday, or just this week, she finished her 21 years of getting all of the Ernest Holmes writings that were not digitized, and she got it completed. After 21 years, her work is complete, and Nan Agristi, we want to thank you for that work. Nicely done, Nan. Nicely done. That is a work of love from Nan, so nicely done. And it gave us the insights. Reverend Patti she's the, when you talk about ministers across this country, and I get a chance to hear many of them, she is pure Ernest Holmes, and it's a lot because of Nan. So thank you for all that work, both of you, for your pure Ernest work you do. So a couple other concerts we have coming up. We have Nathan Fry and Janet Hammer going to be doing I Want to Dance with Somebody concert. We're going to make some space available for the dancing too. So get your tickets for that concert. They're available in the Resource Center as well as online. That same week, we also have Harold Payne's going to be here with us. And Harold Payne will be on a Saturday night. Harold Payne's a fantastic New Thought musician, but also great guitarist. We've had him with the Folky Monkey in the past. Tickets are available for that too. Reverend Patti is also starting up Foundations class starting in April. It'll be the second Monday of the month of April. So Foundations class, which is the basics, the first class of teachings of science of mind. If you want to join us for that, you can sign up online or see Paul in the bookstore, but it's all kinds of wonderful stuff in there. And that class is a love offering class, and if you have already taken it, take it again. Or if you haven't, see us on that, because it's really a deep class. Cindy May, you want to talk a little bit about a Sillimar? She's got a Sillimar coming. She's got a table up in the front, too.
Yep. So start up. There's a wonderful adult summer camp, so to speak, with other religious scientists that's taking place in July this year. It's actually been going on for a long, long time. Centers for Spiritual Living Ernest Holmes used to be at a Sillimar, and now it's a group of us that do this spiritual living retreat since Centers for Spiritual Living departed doing that annually. So we have a group of about 80 to 90 people that meet. There's always people that have never been there before, and there's also people that have been there for many decades. So I have information in the front, and it's a lot of fun. In fact, this year there is someone going, I zoned on, Patti reminded me of this when she was just speaking. She founded the archives, and Marilyn Leo. She's coming this year to the Spiritual Living Retreat, and she used to be a neighbor of Ernest Holmes when she was little, when she was a little girl. And she's a minister as well, but she's always interesting to listen to. So she is going to be there. Wonderful musicians. I'll tell you more, stop out. And I can also send you a flyer, email you a flyer. I do have a few. Thank you. I hope you can come.
Thank you, Cindy. We have had Marilyn Leo here speak years ago when we were at SDA, Seventh-day Adventist Church, a few years back. So Adopt-A-Bill and the matching fundraiser have joined groups, and they are working together in power. And so, again, the matching or Adopt-A-Bill is, you know, all the bills we have here, you go and give a little extra, and also the matching fundraiser. So I want to just give a big shout out, because last week when we talked about our new little copier that we were looking to get, the funds came in, and you guys rocked this. This was fantastic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You'll see the little copier we have there. We haven't married the copier yet. We're just dating it right now. So we're giving it a try to see how it works out. So far, we're loving it. You see the new bulletins are nice and full of color. That is from our new copier. So we are trying it out this week and see how it works. And then we're looking to add a few features to it and stuff. So, but thank you, everybody who gave us the monies to help support that. The copier has already been paid for. Nicely done, you guys. Unbelievable, unbelievable. This community is great. Next week is Easter Sunday. It is Easter Sunday here. We're going to have Reverend Patti. We're going to have the Higher Vision Choir, all kinds of fantastic stuff. Come and join us for the holidays here at Vision. We have the CEOs, which are the Christmas Easter only people. We're looking forward to seeing you. We love you very much. Come and be a part of our celebration. And we're also doing a little contest. It's an Easter bonnet contest. So the way it's working is bring your Easter bonnets. Now, this is not just for the ladies. Guys, we can wear some cool looking hats too. And there's a contest for the best hat. I don't know what we're doing. Do we know what we're doing yet? We're going to figure it out, and next week we'll let you know what it is. There'll be some special gift for the best Easter bonnet. So wear your Easter bonnets. They used to come out in droves before and kind of got a little old. But I want to see some really cool Easter bonnets next week, and I look forward to seeing you. Thanks, everyone.
Always bringing something new. I love it. Let's stand up and do our affirmations. I know they're on are they there? Yay! I love them. Okay, we're going to say them together. We're just going to ground in the truth of them. We're going to know this as truth for us, and we're going to say them now. You ready? Today I choose greatness. I am grateful for another day to live and grow. Today is filled with joy, growth, and happiness. I love them, and I love every single one, and I just want to repeat them all. I want to hear that energy just flow right through you. You ready? Today I choose greatness. I am grateful for another day to live and grow. Today is filled with joy, growth, and happiness. And I absolutely know that. Thank you, practitioners and ministers, for coming up. If you haven't come up to the front. Be ready for prayer. Let us pray. Giving great thanks for this day, for everything, and giving thanks for this community. To know that the Vision community is a community of love and joy and support and peace. Knowing that this Vision community just supports each other and ourselves on our spiritual walk. That we stand in the light with each other, just guiding and being that love and that joy, just surrounding everyone with love, surrounding everyone we meet with love, just lifting the entire planet with the consciousness of unity. I know and accept that this is a God space. This is the place where we know of each other as that spirit demonstrating the activity of God right here in this very room through each and every one of us. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. And so it is. So it is.